Hey everybody, it's Trent Austin from Austin Custom Brass. I hope you're having a fantastic day. So this is my favorite vintage trumpet, and the one I'm showing you is part of my personal collection. But let me tell you, the Buescher, most people say Buescher, 400 two-tone is the epitome of design in every aspect. First and foremost, I'm going to just point out the features. You'll see the features in the description, but first, look at the valve block. This valve block has a patent. You actually can see if I zoom in, hold on. You can actually see the patent? It's right there, patent stamp. How cool is that? But it has this scalloped feature, both on the bottom, and notice how they're all soldered together. You can see the solder marks just barely, but they're soldered together. Just amazing. And then the top also has that scalloped feature. Two-piece cluster with the nickel uppers as well. You might notice in this the threading itself is also quite unique. It's internal threads. Now you might not see that, but notice how this valve cap goes into the casing. I'm going to show you that on an Adams, and most modern horns don't have that feature because it's quite hard to do, and if you cross thread, you're in trouble because you just cross threaded the whole casing. Check this out. So this is my primary horn, Adams A1. Notice the cap. See how the cap is here, and it just sits on top of the threads. I'm not saying there's a right or wrong way of doing it. I just think it's super cool. Another cool thing that you'll see on this horn is that the first, second, and third slides, they are on one side of the valve block, which means that the lead pipe, or mouth pipe, goes directly in to the third valve block. So can you see that? If you follow the trace of the lead pipe, it goes down and in this way. This creates a tighter wrap. Also, it has a little bit more freer air column direction. Later on, Courtois used that same concept and called it direct air column. Another cool feature, there's so many cool features on this horn. Notice how the valves themselves, the valve block is soldered directly onto, you can see that? Onto the horn, which means that the wrap between the lead pipe and the bell is quite narrow, really narrow. Let me show you. You might not notice these things when you're looking at your horn on the Adams. You see how there's a brace there, and there's a brace on the other side. It's quite typical. But this has the tightest, most narrow wrap you'll find on what I consider a modern trumpet. This horn is made in 1942, and still the compression. Oh, hold on. I already let it all out before doing that. Hold on. It's hard to do from this angle. It's awesome. The compression is quite excellent. Which leads me to another feature of this horn, which is the bell Garland. You see how there's a little wrap around there? That adds a little bit more stability to the horn's overall sound. Check out this. Notice the second valve slide. And what you'll notice is that it's reversed. It's got a reverse slide on the first, second, and third. It just is a very unique design. The only other horn I've seen like that in a modern sense is the new Jupiter Roger Ingram trumpet. But just a gorgeous trumpet. Okay, you're saying, dude, enough with the gorgeous trumpet. Let's hear how it sounds. So I'm using, on this horn, I'm going to use two mouthpieces. My Mount Vernon 1.5C for most of the excerpts, and then I'll use a smaller mouthpiece for some of the lead trumpet excerpts. So. really fun. It's super fun, actually. It's just so agile. And because it has great compression, it doesn't feel like there's a compromise. I'm not even putting like a thicker oil on this horn. This has actually just got regular burp bio oil on it. I'll speed it up a little bit, sorry. It has great control, great control. So much fun, so much fun. So one of the things I will say is that this particular horn is not for sale. We do have some for sale at the shop. Well, let me show you the Bell logo too. That's a really beautiful thing. Check that out, isn't that gorgeous? Just all the work that was needed to make a horn like this. The bracing, everything's handmade. Absolutely gorgeous. And I love, with all vintage horns, when it ages, it gets that beautiful honey brown lacquer. So let's do, let's play a few more commercial excerpts, because it seems like it's probably a dark horn, and it's probably a dark horn. This isn't a super high quality microphone that I'm using. It's good quality, but it's not ridiculously high quality. But when you push it, it sounds great too. That's a little cold. So it's got some tons of pop. So that's my favorite vintage trumpet, the Buescher 400. If you have a second, hit the subscribe button, stay up to date with us. Thanks so much for your great support of the shop. We appreciate you so much. We're going to be back open on a limited basis very soon, so just reach out to us if you have any questions at all. Take care. Thanks so much.